everybody, and welcome to Never Cast Off Podcast. My name is Debbie, and I am Deb's Destiny on Ravelry, and this is my buddy Sheila.
Hi, and I'm also known as Blue Yarn Always on Ravelry, and that's the only social media I use.
Yeah, we went over it last time. Just Ravelry.
Yes.
Still just Ravelry, but we're happy that way. So we want to be happy. So there you go. So being the Never Cast Off podcast, I didn't cast anything off. How about you, Sheila?
I did.
You did? Oh, she's a rebel.
I have one. Do I have an escapee? I do have an escapee. Red Heart Yarn. Oh, did I throw the band away? Of course I did, because I always do. Red Hat. I think it was called Backlight. This is crocheted, and it's just a small little cowl that I'm making for my niece in the I don't want it bucket. So it's kind of going to go there. And I also have
the gift bucket.
The gift bucket, yeah, I'm sorry. Don't want to offend anybody. The gift bucket. But yeah, this is just crocheted. And it's kind of cool how the yarn went to like little blocks. I think I used like a J hook and half the skein of yarn. And I want to say I cast it on. I did a chain of maybe, I don't know, 60 or 70, just to get enough to get over my head. She's 9 and she's got a pretty big head. So
that means she's smart.
Okay. This is my escapee, though. Okay, and what are you working on?
Okay, what am I working? That's always a good question. This one right here is the kimono jacket, the one that's never gonna ever be done. Okay, maybe
right here, the kimono sweater.
Yeah, Plymouth yarn, I think it is. So yeah, that's what that's what I do. Well,
that's the Baby Boo alpaca.
Baby Boo alpaca. Yeah, it's like alpaca merino blend, variegated. It's very nice to work with, very soft and then. And then I did the BC ruffle wrap. This one's free on Ravelry. The kimono jacket is paid pattern. So the ruffle wrap, I did one of these about 2 years ago, and I liked it so much that I'm doing one more. And this is, I'm almost half done, not quite yet, but so you can see the colorway. And right now it's kind of cool because we could be doing all sorts of stuff like drinking when I put it up like this, drinking, like tea. So this is what I've got going for the BC ruffle wrap. It's got short rows, and I like that one so much I'm doing a second one.
And that's out of alpaca too?
It's 10% alpaca. It's 50% acrylic, which acrylic isn't my favorite, and wool. It's kind of itchy.
Kind of itchy, huh?
Kind of itchy. This one yet or no?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
I've been working on one since last May.
We decided to do a group or a team project. Not really a group, but we decided to do a team project last year, so we teamed up.
So this is called Eden Prairie. I still... Where'd she go? So Eden Prairie.
Which you can get on Ravelry.
Yeah, it is a paid pattern. I don't know if you can... There you go. You have to kind of hold it.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
You want me to... There you go. Get your last diamond out there.
Yeah,
and
so...
This side.
Okay, so...
I got this side. Oh, look how pretty.
Yeah.
All those earth tones.
Yeah, so we're getting really, really close to being done on this one. There's one section on it that, let's see. I think you can see it there. I'm not sure. There you go. It's got like little boxes on the bottom ridge of it. So then that's what I want to be we're going to be working on next.
And you made yours out of cotton?
Cotton. It's not itchy.
And let's see here. Alrighty, mine is made out of Superwash 220. And can you hold that? Would you mind? This one is mine. I still have to fix the last diamond. Deb's ahead of me. But this one is mine. And we only have
pretty.
we only have
pretty.
a little ways to go. Because
So
blue is my color.
And
so
yeah, we're almost
blue it
done.
is. Yes, we're almost done. Except I don't know if I want to do the
border,
the window pane. I don't know, just want to trim it in black and kind of move on and put it on and I don't know, be done with it. I don't know.
You're so close to having it done with that little thing. It would be sad if you didn't.
Sad
but that's
not to
okay.
finish it?
Yeah. I mean, it's still going to be pretty. It's beautiful.
Yeah. It's a nice shawl. I mean, it's
yeah
taken a while to do, but
the good ones always do.
the good ones always take a while.
So what else do you got going on?
Let's see, what else am I working on? I'm still working on test knit. That's about all I can show right now, but it's opal yarn. The border.
It's really pretty. What at the knitting group that we go to, she had taken off to do something for like 10 minutes. She didn't know that like 2 or 3 people had stopped by and said, "Oh my goodness, it's so cool!" And then I was sitting there talking all about it, and they were kind of looking at me funny. Why do I know so much about Sheila's project? It's because of the podcast. So
this is the yarn that I am using.
it's a self-striper, right?
Yes, it is, and it looks like the tag is all written in German.
Whoa.
Yeah, I need a translator. Let's see, what else do I have?
I know somebody who speaks German.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
I might have to ask her to translate.
Besides our group.
Yeah.
The one in our group.
I'm also working on a headband called Color Telemetry. Oh boy. CALORIMETRY. And it's a headband on Ravelry. I guess it's really popular. It's like 7,000 projects made in it's with the rest of the red heart that I bought. However, the cowl was crocheted, and now the headband is being knitted, because it's you can't cross over and do one without the other. But I noticed in the cowl it looks more like Lego blocks, where this is not quite picking it up because of working. This is crocheted and this is knit. But my niece is going to get the cowl and then she's going to get the headband. I'm like in between here, but it's just a headband. It's going to go around the top of your head. Down here by the back of the neck there's a button. And it's just going to cover the ears, the forehead, and a little bit of the top of the head. I'm not sure the circumference of her head, and I'm always leery to make a kid a hat if I don't have them to measure with a tape. Because sometimes I'm like, if I go down too small, then it's going to be too tight, or it's going to be too loose, and then they're not going to wear it. So a headband would be nice because it's just a little button to fix in the back. And then, of course, she can just put it on and her ears are covered. And my sister will be all right with that. I'm hoping. You never know. But I think that is all that I'm working on. I left my socks. I'm still working on the pair of socks for the 2015 Brown Bag Challenge. And those are just the vanilla socks, the self-striping with the opal yarn.
You really like opal, don't you?
Well, my daughter went to Germany, and I I had her bring me back a couple skeins of opal, and I'm like, shove it in your shoes, and I'll pay you when you get home. So she was texting me colorways from the store. What colors do you want? And it was just like the whole store was just like a huge decision, like shelves and shelves of colors. It was just incredible. But now somebody said to me, well, why didn't you ask for Woolmizer or Woolmize?
Okay.
They're really fan. And I was like, oh, I didn't even think about that because I'm really into multicolor yarns, as you can tell. And
She really picks out beautiful ones. Sometimes I'm so jealous because mine aren't as vibrant. My colors aren't as vibrant as yours. And
oh my God,
yours are.
you could
It's pretty.
you could see these colors in the dark, especially this here. Oh my goodness. It'd be like, hey, the kid with the bright thing on and da da da. So yeah, I like the opal yarn, and I'm figuring if it's a pretty color, I'm gonna make it as a shawl or a scarf. And if it's not such a pretty color, then it's gonna go in my shoe because it's not a big difference if anybody sees it or not. No big difference. Mm-mm. So that would be all right.
Are you working on anything else?
Um,
Well, socks, but you just didn't bring them downstairs.
I didn't bring them downstairs, and then
Maybe next time we'll be so lucky she'll bring them down the stairs.
the nymphophilia, the
Okay.
shawl with the dental floss thread. That's
In timeout.
I haven't touched it. It's discouraging that you can work 20 some rows, and it only looks like you worked 1 inch. But when you stretch it, it looks nice. But I'm not stretching it the whole time I'm working on it, so then it doesn't look like I've made any progress on it.
I can resemble that.
With your, is this the sleeve?
Yes.
So this is where, oh, okay, so this is the cuff.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. I think I started this in, I don't know, December,
Did you
November.
put it on your project page? You got
I
a
haven't.
project page?
I have to update my project page.
Project page? So
Yes,
you could
I
tell.
do.
Okay. But I think that is all that I have for what knitting on. So,
Now, getting our knitting on. New projects we've started. And remember, we cast on, we never cast off except for the Rebel here. So I guess I'm infamous for casting on new projects. So I have this one right here. I ended up buying the 35 needles. And somebody was wondering, what in the world are you going to do? How are you going to find a pattern for 35? Well, I found a pattern for 35. I happened to get it the same day that we were talking about it. So at Knit Michigan, it's Keep It Simple, and this is the pattern that I'm working on. It's by Barbara Selznick. It's called the 3-Hour Capelet. It's hard working with 35 needles. I'm not getting 50s, and
you're not?
No. It hurts my hands, my elbows. It's hard. It's hard to work on them that thick. So I'm just gonna say no because I can, and so I did. And I'm just going to keep on cruising. But I think mine's going to be a little bit longer than this lady had. It called for 200 yards in the pattern, and I have 300. So it's going to be longer, and I'm going to like it. So then we talked about, and somebody challenged me to try something, and so I did. And so this is what I've got going on for the interlock. So this is an interlock scarf.
That could be your Happy Valentine's Day scarf.
Yeah, for next year maybe. So
with all the red and the silver.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very pretty.
It'll be cool once I get it blocked. There'll be a little bit. It is kind of thick for a scarf, but I don't care. Everything's thick right now for scarves and cowls and that, so it's just fine. It's called Interlock Scarf. It's by Laura Spradlin, and
Laura
it's
Spradlin?
it's free on Ravelry. So that's what we've got going there. So those are my 2 new projects for the week, I guess. So do you have any new projects, or you haven't cast off yet, so you're not going to cast on?
Correct. You know me too well.
Okay.
You know me too well. I can't get too much going, and then there's a lot that I want to do. But I haven't casted it on yet. I got the bags all set aside, the needles, the pattern, and the yarn set aside, but I haven't cast it on yet because I want to get done with the test knit. I want to get done with Eden Prairie. I want to finish the headband. So I figure if I get those 3 done, then I'll put three more things on. And we're already to the middle of the month anyway, because today is February 14th.
Happy Valentine's Day! I wore the wrong color cowl.
Oh,
Look
that's
at
okay.
it right
Well,
here, right
for
here.
the Irish, they might appreciate green on Valentine's Day.
Okay, I'm part Irish.
But you'll
I
probably be
appreciate
seeing
it.
this more on the 15th, because
So-
of the uploading and all the technical.
It just takes time.
the technical stuff.
I can't believe how long it takes to upload the
Video.
video. It takes
Yeah.
forever.
Yeah.
What the heck, YouTube?
Something.
Yeah.
But no, I don't have anything new casted on. Do you have anything for the satellite store?
No.
No, I there's been no deliveries this week to the satellite store after going to Knit Michigan, and then the bundle of love that we got from our knitting buddy Denise.
Yeah. Thank you, Denise.
Yeah, I'm pretty well good.
We're good for a while. Yeah. There was a really cool local yarn store had a really cool deal. So I ended up it was on Addie Turbo Needles. I picked zeros to do socks. So after I finish the interlock, I want to do a pair of socks. So I put it on layaway, so I'm just putting a little bit every time I go. I just put a little bit towards that, and then I don't have to worry about purchasing anything every time I go.
Yep.
I'll just put a little bit towards that, and seems to work out really well.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Do you have your sock yarn picked out?
No.
Not yet.
No. Step 1, get the needles.
Step 2.
Step 2, try and find some cotton elastic yarn. No, actually, if it's for my mom, she wouldn't mind.
Wool socks.
Yeah, I can knit with wool as long as it's not too itchy, but I don't wear it right next to my skin. Like this one is silk, so it's really soft. But I don't put wool right
Is that
next
100% silk?
Yeah,
Is it?
yeah,
Wow.
yeah. So, yeah. The one that I got last week from Knit Michigan that was 100% silk, the raw silk one.
Yes.
I had to spin it into a ball.
Did you?
I did. But I haven't picked out a pair of needles yet, and I don't have an idea. It hasn't spoke to me yet.
It hasn't whispered.
Yeah. They do that. The yarn just knows what it wants to be. Yeah, that's a little weird. I know, I understand. But if you knit and crochet, you'd understand too. So just leave me alone.
Yeah, I get it. Let's see. Nothing to the satellite store. So I can, let's see. For spinning, I do have a little bit of spinning that I've done, which I got a braid from Leading Men Fibers in the colorway Metamorphosis in 100% BFL, 4 ounces. I spun this up, and I did a chain ply.
Well,
I'm not sure with all the terms as of yet.
Not sure what BFL is, but it sure sounds like BFF. So it's
B
BFF yarn.
BFF yarn, BFL. And this is
Very fantastic yarn.
it's kind of like a purple, bright yellow, and a green. I just like it after I put it on the bobbin, take it off the bobbin, and then I do the figure 8 loops, and then I put it in soak for overnight. The following day, I take it out and I dry it, stretch it. It just turns into like totally different than what was originally on the bobbin. It's like it transforms. It's like going to the beauty shop with a bad perm, and then they give you a fabulous haircut, and you're like, whoa! It's just like incredible what it looks like after it gets washed, hung dry, and stretched. It's just incredible.
Yeah, I remember those perms from the 80s.
Oh my god, I gave myself a perm. It was terrible.
Ooh.
I did. I used like 6 curlers. It was just terrible. It was bad.
Yeah, I'm not that brave.
Really, 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 really bad.
Like I don't know. I'd like my hair to be a little bit like reddish. You know, I mean not Lucille Ball, but reddish tint to it. But I just don't have the guts to do it myself.
No.
No.
I am thinking about going to this next following weekend on Saturday in Chelsea, Michigan. The Spinners Flock Guild is having a
Flock Fest. No, I don't know.
I think they're having like a fiber festival. I was going to go with a lady that I knit with next Saturday to check it out because they have a lot of hand knit yarn there, a lot of fiber, which I'm interested in purchasing more fiber to spin. I think I've made myself 5 hanks of yarn already, although on 2 of them I'm not quite sure how many yards I have, so I'm hesitant to cast on anything unless I have something in a similar colorway, because I might run short on a pattern that I might pick. I'm not sure.
Oh, I have a solution. Do a cowl.
Do a cowl? They would be all mine then, because I wouldn't be giving any of those away.
Better for you.
I'd have 6 cowls, 1 for every day of the week.
There you go.
I could probably do that. Yeah. 6 cowls or a hat. The hat that I'm wearing here, I crocheted this. I want to say, it's like a little bullseye there. But I crocheted this just out of, go in a circle, just keep going and going and going, and there's really no pattern for it, but my daughter, she wears this a lot, and I've had a few people say, oh, where's the pattern? Well, there really is no pattern, because once you've been crocheting a long time, you just kind of like, all right, I'm going to throw in a double crochet or a triple crochet, or, I needed to be a little bit more airy, so I'm going to miss 2, chain 2, and then throw in a triple or a double crochet. And then voila, with variegated yarn, it just looks very detailed. However, it's just simple.
Have you ever tried doing the chains with, not chains, the cables with crocheting?
Cables with crocheting? No, I don't know what that is.
You can cable with crocheting.
Oh, you can?
Yeah.
Never tried it.
Me neither. But I know it's out there.
No, might have to YouTube that. Never,
YouTube.
YouTube.
Yeah. We like YouTube. We're on YouTube.
Yes, we are.
Never Cast Off Podcast.
Yes. Let's see what else we got on the schedule here.
Anything on the Frog Pond?
No, not since the very Brady call, and I'm very leery now. If somebody wants something, I might have a few extra questions to ask them, like, does it go with your coat? Do you think you really might need that? How soon do you think you want that? I do have a cowl that I want to put it on the needles. I think I want to put it on the needles next week because I've dug out the yarn. I purchased all the yarn from a D-stash, somebody's knit picks, and I got the needles. I have pretty much everything out, and I know this is going to take me a long time to do. So I figured, okay, I might start in February and possibly, it's called The Leftover Cowl by Wendy B. Johnson. And I don't really have a lot of leftover yarn in the same texture. So I purchased from somebody on Ravelry, I think 36 skeins of their Knit Picks palette colors. So I have plenty, and this cowl calls for 2,600 yards.
Wow.
On a size 3 needle.
You'll have it done in 3 days. Watch.
No, it's Fair Isle. But
Okay, 4 days.
I don't know. It depends. This one and then the Nymphophilia. I think those two are gonna.
Nymphomaniac.
Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
Yeah, those two I think are going to be running in a dead heat for Thanksgiving, Christmas. Well, no, I said I would get it done by Labor Day, and I'll try to get it done by Labor Day, but I'm not into it anymore. You know how you work in those projects and you're working it, and it's like there's no progress, and it's like, kind of get a little discouraged with it. Oh, you getting it there? But then I want to get it done because I want to free up the needles to work on something else because I love the carbon needles, but
So this is my solution. Buy more needles.
I can't. I would rather work it off the needles and spend that money on yarn than buy another set of needles. Is that weird?
It's a different perspective. It doesn't mean it's weird or not weird. It's just
kind of like, okay, well, do I want to spend the 17 to $24 on the needles, or do I want to buy a hank or a skein of yarn? I lean more towards the yarn, so I guess that's my driving force to kind of get it done. I guess, pretty much.
Okay.
I don't know.
So you have a game plan.
Yeah. Oh, and also, ink blot has been started.
Yay!
So might show ink blot more towards the end of the month because I don't think we're going to podcast next week. So it'll be the following week.
Yeah, she's going to be gallivanting and looking at fiber.
I think I'm going to go on a field trip.
We like field trips.
Yeah.
I can't go, but that's okay.
I'll show you all my fiber that I bring back.
That would be good.
I do have something interesting to share, and I'm not sure if any of you have cats. My cat I think she's about 13. Never bothered my yarn. I trained her at a very early age. I can leave yarn all over my house. She won't bother it. Nothing. Was it 2 weeks ago? 2 weeks ago, Debbie wound up some alpaca, three cakes, and it was in a clear bag with a handle on it. So you could kind of see through the bag, and the bag was open. And the first time ever was maybe 5 days ago, sitting in the living room watching TV, and I see my cat's head in this bag, and I can hear her licking like she's slurping soup. So I looked over at her and leaned in a little bit, and her head was in the bag, and she was licking the cake of the alpaca.
She must have thought it was her birthday, and it was her birthday cake. She was so excited.
Oh my gosh, so I scooted her away. Get away, get away. 15 minutes later, I hear the same slurping like she's slurping soup. Finally, I picked the bag up, take it out of the way. And it's just incredible. I think of like, okay, maybe she thinks that's a friend. And she's trying to give her friend a bath. Because why else would she be licking a cake of alpaca yarn
Yeah.
and slurping it? Oh my gosh, it was just incredible. It was just like, Tabitha, you need to get away. And then it's like somebody made mention like that hairball would just be incredible. Thank God the hairball hasn't come up. Maybe it worked its way down the digestion tract. But that is the first time I ever seen my cat licking a cake of yarn. And I don't know if any of you guys have cats or possibly
No.
a dog, I don't know, that would actually sit there and lick your yarn.
Now I have two cats and a few fish, like 150. Anyways,
150
yeah, they
fish.
had babies again.
No.
So anyways, the fish don't have a problem with the yarn, but the cats, if I have the cat on my lap and I'm knitting, of course, if it gets in the way, they'll chase after the string a little bit, and then all of a sudden it's like, ew, it's wet yarn, stop. But then, on occasion, I've worked with bunny fur, otherwise known as Angora, and I've had a ball of it, and I went up to the kitty and said, "Here, kitty, smell." And then they started licking it. I'm like, okay, that's enough. You don't need to mess up my bunny.
See, they were trying to make a friend too.
Oh no, they weren't making a friend. They were trying to bite the friend. They were trying to digest the friend.
Really?
Yeah, they weren't making friends. No. They were like predator. Oh yeah. Come over here, little bunny. Yeah, so no, they weren't really trying to make friends at all.
I think my cat was trying to make a friend.
Yeah, my cat, well, the younger girl kitty would be kind of like, tackle and roll and bite. Yeah, that kind of go for the juggler type. Yeah, she's interesting.
I just thought that was just so odd. Like, I've never seen her lick, bother, chase, pull, or nothing. But when I heard that slurping, I'm like, oh my God, what are you doing?
Yeah, when they
It was the weirdest thing.
you do have to watch, but I mean, just for the general audience, not your cat. You have your cat together, but like this right here, it's a string attached to my thing, my sleeve. I generally wouldn't leave this out or anywhere because my cats are notorious for chewing, and then if this were to get in their system, I know somebody who almost lost
really
a cat, and they had to have a surgery for the stomach to get it out. Otherwise, the cat would have died. So definitely be careful with your animals with this string. We love it, they love it, but they shouldn't love it as much as they do.
Yeah, no licking. Oh,
no licking the yarn.
No, not at all.
It's so special when you don't know the cat is sitting next to you on the floor, and then all of a sudden it's like all wet, and you're trying to knit with wet yarn because it was in their mouth, and it's like cat spit. One word for that. Ew! Okay, so the frog pond. Good news, nothing for the frog pond.
Nothing for the frog pond. There will be a questionnaire too before any knit-worthy knitting gets casted on going forward.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's going to have to be a questionnaire.
Oh, if it's for the recipient.
For the recipient, yes.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yes, there's going to have to be a questionnaire.
Oh, remember that jacket that I was working on for my nephew? All I have to do is wind in the ends and then do like around the border like a single crochet to give it some firming up on it.
And that would be the sweater that was in episode 2 for your nephew, correct?
Yeah.
For the birthday?
Yeah.
That she seamed together in hot pink yarn.
Yeah, it was fun.
It's cute.
Okay, tried it on him. It fits. It's just, it needs, it's so heavy it was pulling a little bit, so it needs a little bit more definition to keep it up so it doesn't like slide off the shoulder. So crocheting, yes, that works. That'll do the trick. So I need to do that. But the working in the yarn, I did 3 strands. So every time there's an end, it's not just one strand of yarn, it's 3. And it's just the yarn, it's hard on my hands. I don't know what it is. I guess I'm getting old or something. I mean, not to offend anybody who thinks they're older than me. I don't want to offend anybody, but it's I don't know what it is with my hands. I don't know. Maybe it's the 35 needles. But I don't know. Things are hurting my hands a lot lately. So, especially after I go in the craft room to organize it a little bit, throw some stuff around, and my hand gets stuck in between the 2 bins of yarn. Yeah, my hands. So.
Get a little sore.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that pretty much covers our schedule.
Yeah.
So
we could ramble a little bit. That might be interesting.
I want to thank any new viewers who decided to check out our podcast.
You rock.
And for you returning viewers,
you rock more.
We appreciate you.
We do. Thank you.
And if you would like, you could always subscribe to the podcast on YouTube.
Yes.
We have a Ravelry page.
Only Ravelry.
Yes. The Never Cast Off podcast, where we have a few little chat threads going on. Local yarn shops in Michigan. There's some conversation on specific stores and variety and just all around, where they are and how they're located. Some of our members have posted.
How do you organize your satellite store? Remember, when we say satellite store, we're not selling anything. That's just like new stash enhancements. I can talk most days. So that's what we call our stash enhancements, is the satellite store.
Correct.
So we have one for that. We have a few others, but we'll need to start getting a little bit more talkative on there, because some of the posts are a little bit old, so we'll need to be chatty or something.
Yeah. And I think, too, once we reach our 100 member on our Ravelry page, we're going to have a giveaway. Not sure what it's going to be yet, but once we hit 100 members, it's giveaway time.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're going to put something in your satellite store.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, you have a good week, and thanks for tuning in. Stay warm wherever you are, because it's chilly here.
Yeah. When I get home, I get to work the snow blower. See if I can get it started. See if it works.
Yeah, it is chilly here. But thank you, and happy knitting. See you next time.
Happy knitting.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.